The day before school started, I ended up in the police station, stood up by the girl I had a crush on for 3 years. I went to crash with my cousin, but his tenant thought I was a thief and called the cops. I barely got out. Then I ran into the aloof senior, older female schoolmate again at the library, the one who used her face to get me in. I secretly took a photo of her and sent it to my gaming buddy, saying she looked like a fairy. Later, I found out that the online friend who played games and chatted with me every day was her. On the day the college entrance exam ended, I made a pact with the girl I'd crushed on for 3 years. If I got into Jiangxi University, we'd be together. I got in, but she backed out. For 3 whole months, our chat stayed as quiet as death. Fine, I'll stop loving her. I packed up this 3-year unrequited love and sealed it away. Dragging my suitcase from the capital to Jiangcheng, I was ready to start a new life and crash with my cousin Gu Mingxian. He's a professor at Jiangda. But on my first day at Jiangda, I landed in the police station. I was in teacher apartment 614, playing games that was my cousin's place. Right in the middle of an intense match, 2 cops pushed open the door. They kindly handcuffed me and offered me a half-day ride in a police car. In the interrogation room, the young police officer stared at me. Name, Luo Yi. Occupation, student. Why did you break into someone's home? I looked innocent. That's my home. The officer slapped the file on the table. The owner is Gu Mingxian. He rented the place to a female student. Your surname is Luo. Gu Mingxian is my cousin. Say that again. You're in a police station now. Think carefully before making up lies. I couldn't explain myself. My cousin was on a plane, phone off. When that girl came back and heard noises inside, she thought there was a burglar and called the police. Until the station chief walked in and handed over a file. Child of a martyr. Both parents were police officers, killed in the line of duty. Raised by his aunt. Gu Mingxian is my biological cousin. The chief patted my shoulder. Kid, we misjudged you. Study hard at Jiang University from now on, serve the country. I had dinner at the police station, then was released. It was drizzling in Jiangcheng that September. All the hotels near the school were full, and I couldn't get back to the faculty apartment. I stood under a tree, getting wet in the rain. I pulled up my chat history with my goddess. The last message was from me. I got into Jiang University. No reply. Screw it. I went to the internet cafe across from the school, opened Fanxia Novel, and started typing. Over the 3-month summer break, I used the pen name Falling Leaves Return to Roots and wrote a romance novel. Ironic, isn't it? I've never been in a relationship myself, but the book I wrote shot to the top of the platform's charts. The royalties are enough for me to live comfortably in college. The next day, the semester started. I first went to the teacher's apartment building to pick up my luggage. A note was stuck on door 614. Sorry, I thought you were a thief. My mistake. The handwriting was neat and beautiful. I put away the note and went to register. Computer Science Department, Dormitory Building 8, Room 515. My roommate hasn't arrived, yet out-of-town freshmen register today, while those from our province don't arrive until tomorrow. Just as I finished making the bed, my cousin called. Xiao Luo, I've rented out the teacher's apartment. You'll have to find another place to stay. I went there yesterday. Did she do anything to you? No. She just got me sent to the police station. There was a 2-second silence on the phone, and then I heard a suppressed laugh. That's so like her. She's my student, difficult personality. You get to know her later. After hanging up, the rain stopped. I went out to explore the campus. The most impressive building at Jiangda is the library, directly facing the school gate. I walked to its entrance. A face recognition gate stood before me. I hadn't registered my info and was worrying when a figure walked past me, loose jeans, a white laptop bag. Her black hair was slightly damp, clearly from the rain. Even in casual clothes, her legs were impossibly long. Just her back was enough to make it hard to look away. Senior, I called out to her on a whim. She turned sideways and looked back at me with a flat expression. I felt my breath catch. The saying that Jiangcheng turns out beauties wasn't wrong. She wasn't wearing makeup, but her features were exquisite, as if meticulously designed. Aloof and distant, yet irresistible. You called me? Her voice was soft. I'm awkward and get embarrassed easily. Stuttering, I said, Senior, can you help me with the face scan? She paused for a moment, said nothing, then turned and walked to the face scanner. The gate opened, and she stepped half a step aside. Go ahead. Thank you, Senior. I lowered my head and walked in quickly, my ears burning. Later, my roommate told me she was Su Baijiu, the only school beauty at Jiangda. computer science, junior year, student council president. The term Ice Queen was tailor-made for her. I found a seat in the library to work on my writing. After finishing today's update in 2 hours, it started raining again when I stepped outside. Senior Sue was also standing at the entrance, with another girl beside her. "Joe, how about waiting until the rain stops?" The girl said. "No, there's something at the student council." Sue Baijo glanced at the rain. She walked straight out, and suddenly the rain intensified, pouring down like a deluge. She covered her head with her hands, and her clothes were instantly soaked. I opened my umbrella and caught up to her. "Senior." I held the umbrella over her head. "Thanks," she said without looking at me. A clap of thunder exploded. She froze in place, too scared to move. Afraid of thunder, I tilted the umbrella toward her, leaving half of my body exposed to the rain. Another thunderclap, she flinched. I pointed to the nearest teaching building. "Senior, let's take shelter first." She nodded silently and walked with me under the umbrella. We stood in the corridor of the teaching building, the air awkwardly silent. I tried to make conversation. "Senior, what year are you?" "Junior." "What major?" "Computer science." I pointed into the distance. "That tree looks really sturdy." "Huh. So awkward I wanted to dig a hole and hide." I habitually pulled out my phone to message my gaming buddy, a guy named Hot Pot Lover, whom my cousin had added to our team back in the day. He was good at games, and we'd chat about everyday stuff, just online friends. I typed, "I'm telling you, I'm stuck in the rain right now with a senior who looks like a fairy." The next second, her phone rang. She glanced down at it, then at me. I had no clue. Still typing away, Hot Pot Lover replied, "How pretty? Send me a picture." I hesitated. I raised my phone, pretending to snap a shot of the rain, and secretly pressed the shutter. Fallen leaves image. Fallen leaves. "Isn't it beautiful?" She turned her head, pretending to gaze out at the scenery. I noticed her clothes were soaked through, and she was shivering slightly. Before my brain could catch up, my hands had already slipped off my jacket and draped it over her shoulders. She paused. "Thanks." The thunder gradually faded, and the rain turned into a fine drizzle. Wearing my jacket, her expression calm, she turned and walked into the rain. Watching that silhouette, for the first time, I thought rainy days in Jiang City weren't so bad after all. Back in the dorm, one roommate had already arrived. With dark skin, a crew cut, and a muscular build, his name was Li Haoyang, a local. As soon as he saw me, he excitedly flexed his muscles. "I work out every day. I'll take you to train sometime." "Sure." The next day, the other 2 roommates arrived. Shun Xiao was so handsome he looked like an escaped male celebrity. When he pushed the door open, I froze for 2 seconds. Wang Dachui, his name, sounded friendly. His appearance was a bit sleazy. As soon as he came in, he put his arm around my shoulder and called me brother. The 4 of us went to the 3rd canteen for dinner. The reason was simple. It was close to the girls' dormitory. There were many girls. When Shun Xiao sat down, 7 or 8 girls came up to ask for his WeChat. He gave a uniform reply. "Sorry, I have a girlfriend." He refused skillfully and gently. Wang Dachui's eyes turned green with envy and started to explain Jiang University's beauty rankings. Qin Yuan, the flower of the economics and management school, ranked 4th. But the real showstopper was Su Baizhou, the school beauty and computer goddess, with a graduate school recommendation and countless awards. The most crucial part, she was extremely aloof. So many brave souls confessed, but none could get close. He pulled out a photo to show me. The last one was a campus-candid shot of Qin Yuan. In the corner, a profile face was revealed the senior who helped me with the face scan. "Su Baizhou, don't even think about it, bro. We're not at that level." Wang Dachui patted my shoulder. At the evening class meeting, advisor Chen Xiongjian was leading students for the first time, so nervous his voice trembled. He wanted to select an interim class monitor. No one raised a hand. He swept his gaze around. It landed directly on Li Haoyang. "That classmate, you're a veteran, right?" "Teacher, I'm not." "Oh, then you'll be the interim class monitor." The whole class clapped. Li Haoyang had a look of "Who am I? Where am I?" confusion. Wang Dachui was wildly cheering from behind. "Teacher, his name is Li Haoyang," perfectly demonstrating what it means to have your brother's back. After the meeting, Wang Dachui dragged us to the playground to check out girls. Shun Xiao stood there, attracting waves of girls again. The 3 of us quietly stepped back a few paces to keep a safe distance from him. Over at the girls' dorm, Qin Yuan was applying a face mask while scrolling through the confession wall. Suddenly she screamed, "Zhou Zhou, when did our school get a hottie like this?" The photo was a candid shot of Shun Xiao at the third cafeteria. Su Baizhou, wearing black-rimmed glasses, looked at it like Sherlock Holmes, not even lifting her eyelids. Qin Yuan didn't give up, shoving her phone in her face. Su Baizhou glanced perfunctorily, but her eyes paused for a moment on a corner of the photo. That spot. That's me sitting there. Qin Yuan didn't notice that detail. She spotted something even more explosive in the laundry basket in the corner of the bathroom. There was a men's jacket lying there. "Jojo, whose is this?" Su Baizhou turned a page of her book. "I bought it myself." "I don't believe you." "Believe it or not." Qin Yuan was frantic, but couldn't do anything about it. Back in the dorm at night, Wang Dakui raised his arm and shouted, "Sons, let's play." I accepted the team invite. Instantly, the three phones exploded with golden light, almost blinding us. Damn, the invincible war god. Falling leaves return to roots. The top-ranked big shot is right beside me. Me, low-key. For man squad started. Shun Xiao lay prone in the grass, motionless. Li Haoyang was obsessed with looting and didn't help. Wang Dakui howled and charged into the crowd. I dodged, shot, and stunned grenade all over, acing a squad of 4. See that? That's skill. Wang Dakui was even more excited than if he had one himself. The next second, a burst of AK headshots from hundreds of meters away. I was taken out by a hacker, cursing under my breath as I turned off the lights, while the other 3 were still discussing how to slack off during tomorrow's military training. The world fell silent. In the dead of night, Lawyer opened his laptop and started typing. At ease. Attention. Stand at attention for 30 minutes. If I see anyone move a muscle, add 5 more minutes. Everyone was in agony. Meanwhile, Luo Yi and his 3 friends were practically falling asleep. They had been gaming together the night before. Before they knew it, they'd played until 4 in the morning. Then they had to get up at 6:30 for assembly. Right now, they were all completely dazed. The drill instructor walked through the formation. His sharp eyes scanned everywhere. Suddenly, he frowned. A male student had his eyes closed. He looked like he was sleeping, falling asleep while standing. The instructor walked up to the student. The people next to him were holding back laughter. "Comrade," the student jolted awake, locking eyes with the instructor. "Here," Wang Dazue shouted on instinct. Opening his eyes, he found himself staring at the instructor's square face. "What's going on? Wasn't I in bed? How did I end up standing at attention?" "Ha ha ha." The people around him finally burst out laughing. But the instructor didn't laugh. This means the consequences are serious. The drill instructor remained silent. Slowly, the laughter faded away. But the drill instructor laughed. "Is it that funny? Why aren't you all laughing?" "Laugh. Huh, none of you are laughing, are you?" "Attention stands for an extra half hour." After saying that, the drill instructor turned to Wang Dakui and said, "This classmate seems a bit out of it. Go 10 laps around the track. I'll help you clear your head." Drill instructor, 15 laps? "Yes, sir." Wang Dakui grimaced and raised his arms, running toward the track. Poor Brother Hammer. Luo Yi and the other 2 silently prayed for him. Everyone, rest in place for 10 minutes. Luo Yi immediately collapsed to the ground, staying up all night plus an hour of attention stance. It was too much. He couldn't take it. Wang Dakui sat on the ground, questioning his life. After 15 laps, he felt like his whole body was floating. "Brother Hammer, are you okay?" Luo Yi asked. Wang Dakui looked up dazedly, staring at Luo Yi with a blank expression, looking completely worn out. Seeing this, Luo Yi grew anxious. He shook Wang Dakui's body. "Brother Hammer, hang in there." Wang Dakui showed no response at all. He lowered his head, his lips moving. "Brother Hammer, what are you saying? Thirsty or hungry?" Luo Yi leaned his ear close to Wang Dakui's mouth, listening carefully to what he was saying. "I want a girl. Paper." Luo Yi. Suddenly, Wang Dakui seemed to see something. His eyes went wide. Luo Yi followed his gaze. Not far away, a girl was handing a bottle of Mizone to Li Haoyang. Holy crap! Wang Dakui's jaw dropped to the ground. He instantly perked up. That son of a bitch is secretly hitting on a girl behind my back. Wang Dakui made a move to get up, about to charge forward. "Brother Hammer, calm down. Don't ruin Brother Haoyang's lifelong event." Luo Yi grabbed it, Wank Dandri. But then he noticed something even more exaggerated in another direction. A group of girls crowded around Shun Xiao, leaving no space to move. God, drink mine. I bought the peach-flavored pulse. God, I love you. God, I want to have your babies. The military training formation looked like a fan meeting. Even the head instructor in the stands was stunned. At the critical moment, the drill sergeant shouted, "Everyone, stand up. Formation, line up." Everyone returned to their original spots. Luo Yi was in the first row of the formation. He noticed that the girl who had given Li Haoyang the pulse was in the opposite formation. Also in the first row, she was wearing the military training uniform, with a doll-like face, exuding a youthful vibe. Very sweet, around 170 centimeters tall. Good figure too, a long-legged lowly. That's roughly the image of this girl. From time to time, she would glance toward their formation, probably looking at Li Haoyang. So some girls do like muscular guys, huh? As expected of Brother Haoyang, a girl already showing him attention on the first day of military training. In the evening, the talent show segment began. After singing "Unity is Strength" a few times, the instructor asked if anyone had a fresh talent to perform. "We want to see a one-on-one fight." Wang Dazui pointed at Li Haoyang and said, "Is the instructor's military boxing more powerful or our fitness coach's moves?" Hearing this, everyone became curious and started egging them on. One-on-one, one-on-one. The instructor looked at Li Haoyang and shook his head with a helpless smile. "Since everyone wants to see a duel, then this classmate, stand up." "Not again." Li Haoyang stood up, feeling miserable. From the class to the military training squad, he wasn't being called out, or he was on his way to being called out. He felt his college life was doomed. Would he always be called on by the teacher in future classes too? Both contestants took their positions. Though called a muscle man, Li Haoyang was only slightly more built than the instructor. Plus, the instructor's military boxing had already reached a masterful level. In just a few moves, Li Haoyang was pitifully taken down by the drill instructor. Then he sat back down with a crestfallen look. "Are you okay?" The girl who had given Li Haoyang a bottle of Mizone in the morning sat down beside him. She asked with some concern. "I'm fine." Li Haoyang waved his hand. This girl's name is Lu Bingxin. The training position of their female squad was relatively close to the male squad where Luo Yi was. So they also took their evening break together. With girls around, everyone performed their acts with even more passion. The two drill instructors watched the fresh-faced college students showcasing their youth. Both couldn't help but laugh. Luo Yi and Wang Daqui also sat down next to Li Haoyang. As for Shun Xiao, he was surrounded by girls on all sides. He wanted to escape, but couldn't. "Coach," Wang Daqui said with a sly grin. "Spill it. How did you meet this beauty?" Li Haoyang looked at Wang Daqui with a dumbfounded expression. He didn't know what to say, but Lu Bingxin spoke up generously. "I went to buy water for my roommate in the morning, but one of my roommates doesn't like Mizone. Seeing that classmate Li Haoyang seemed a bit thirsty, I just sold it to him." "Oh, so it was just selling water. I thought my son was about to get a girlfriend." Wang Dachui's mood instantly lifted. "Miss, what major are you in?" "I am Wang Dachui. Pleased to meet you. My name is Lu Bingxin, from Multimedia Class 2, a native of Leking." "Leking? I've heard of the great Buddha of Leking there." Wang Dachui and Lu Bingxin chatted cheerfully, with an honest Li Haoyang sitting between them. Li Haoyang probably put all his EQ into his muscles. Looking around with a simple expression, he couldn't get a word in edgewise. All he could do was watch the two of them talk. Luo Yi propped her chin up beside them, watching intently as a guy sang on stage. To be honest, his singing was average, not even as good as his own voice. He really liked singing. In high school, he was quite the karaoke king. A scene flashed through his mind of that day, taking shelter from the rain with a fairy-like senior. Luo Yi stood up unconsciously. After that guy finished his song, he took the microphone. Wang Dachui, who had been chatting enthusiastically, was stunned. "You can sing too?" "A song Rainy Day, since there's no accompaniment yet. I'll sing it a cappella. I hope everyone will bear with me." Taking a deep breath, Luo Yi softly began to sing. Suddenly a rain started, a rain waiting for you. How much grievance have you endured? You who suddenly shed tears. I wait, I think, but I can't wait for you. If the sky clears but does not shine on you, take you through the bustling crowd. Listening to Luo Ye's gentle singing, although it was a cappella, it captivated everyone present. Zhou, this year's freshmen are truly a pool of hidden talents. Qin Yuan held out her phone in front of Su Baizhou. It's still the confession wall. Wall, I want to confess to this singing guy. He sings so well. Followed by a short video of 10 odd seconds. In the video, a boy in military training uniform is singing. Listening to that magnetic voice, Su Baizhou's gaze swept over Lu Ye on the screen. Seeing Su Baizhou really listening closely, Qin Yuan said smugly, I told you, Zhou, even if you're an ice queen, there's no way you could dislike good singing. And the boy singing is kind of handsome too. But only Su Baizhou knew what Lu Ye's song meant. Rainy days. Su Baizhou slowly recalled that day's events. Military training finally ended. In dormitory 515 of Building 8, Lu Ye and his 3 roommates were extremely excited. Having survived the training, their wonderful college life could truly begin. Dinner. The 4 of them decided with one voice. Thus, the first group dinner of dormitory 515 began. Brother Haoyang, Wang Dachui grabbed Li Haoyang's shoulder and asked, Jiangsheng this place. You're a local. Got any recommendations? Of course. I'll take you guys to the restaurant downstairs from the gym for some nutritious meals. Wang Dachui then turned to look at Luo Yi. Country boy, he said, the 3 of us are all from this province. Only you're from out of town. So you decide what we eat for this meal. Luo Yi thought for a moment and said, let's go with hot pot then. Okay, settled happily like that. Hot pot it was. The 4 of them took a cab to the highest rated hot pot restaurant near the school. Anyone not drinking? Shun Xiao asked. No alcohol. Wang Dachui snapped. We're all brothers. First group dinner, who dares say no? How could 515's first group dinner have no alcohol? Hey boss, give each of us 2 bottles of beer. 2 bottles? Luo Ye's gaze gradually turned disdainful. Just 2 bottles. For a proud northern man like me. That's barely an appetizer. Half an hour later, we are brothers from today on. The 3 of us will swear to be sworn brothers. Big bro, second bro, third bro. Second bro, big bro. Shun Xiao watched the 3 of them with arms around each other's shoulders. Speechless. So much for the Northerners' legendary capacity for alcohol. Just a dozen bottles, and they're done. At Shun Xiao's feet, countless bottles were scattered all around. He, Shun Xiao, was the real drinker. Suddenly, Wang Dachui looked at the calm-faced Shun Xiao and walked over with a flushed face. Brother Shun Xiao, I am the face of room 515. Shun Xiao, come on, down this bottle. Whoever can't finish it is the sun. With that, Wang Dachui tilted a bottle of Brave the World and chugged it. After 2 gulps, he couldn't continue. Wang Dachui, accept defeat. Seeing this, Shun Xiao had a premonition. He silently opened a recording. Dad, Shun Xiao said with a slight smile. I didn't hear clearly. Dad, Wang Dachui said with a face full of sincerity. Good son. As he spoke, Shun Xiao noticed Wang Dachui lowering his head. A sudden bad feeling rose in his heart, relying on his early warning system for danger. Shun Xiao took 2 steps back. The next moment, Wang Dachui directly vomited a pile of colorful stuff on the spot. Holy shit, too disgusting to look at. Shun Xiao suppressed his nausea and called the waiter over. Then he took a taxi to bring the 3 back to the dorm. In the taxi, Wang Dachui suddenly lowered his head again. Seeing this, Shun Xiao exclaimed in alarm. Don't vomit in the car. Fortunately, Wang Dachui still had some awareness. He quickly rolled down the car window, sticking his head out. The driver behind. A hashtag. Around 8 in the evening, the 4 returned to school. Shun Xiao supported Li Haoyang with his left hand and supported Wang Dachui with his right hand, struggling to walk toward the dormitory. As a northerner with a relatively high alcohol tolerance, Luo Yi had already sobered up a bit. He trotted happily behind the 3 of them. Suddenly, he stopped in his tracks. He wanted to go to the restroom. That was the only thought in Luo Ye's mind at the moment. He looked left and right, but couldn't find a restroom at all. After thinking about it, he figured there must be a restroom in the teaching building. Luo Yi walked toward the teaching building. He hadn't attended any classes yet, so he wasn't familiar with the teaching building. He still wasn't sure exactly where the restroom was. Shun Xiao didn't notice that Luo Yi had already left. At the entrance of the teaching building, Su Baizhou was holding a bag, wearing a crystal blue gown, with a white jacket over it, and crystal-colored high heels on her feet, walking out of the teaching building alone. Today, Su Baizhou had applied exquisite makeup, adding even more radiance to her already unparalleled beauty. Senior, a vaguely familiar voice sounded in Su Baijiu's ear. She turned to look. Luo Yi was standing nearby, looking a bit goofy. He looked somewhat dazed and foolish. Are you calling me? Luo Yi saw the girl's face and realized it was the fairy-like senior from the other day. I hiccup. I want to go to the restroom. I don't know where it is. Hee. Su Baijiu pointed in a direction and said with a calm expression, go in and turn right. Walk straight ahead and you'll find the restroom. Thank you, senior. Watching Luo Yi's staggering back, Su Baijiu tilted her head and murmured, this thank you, senior, wasn't stuttered at all. Luo Yi came out of the restroom with a puzzled expression on his face. I think I just saw the fairy senior and even talked to her. Luo Yi was utterly confused. He wasn't fully awake yet. Just an illusion. He shook his head. Luo Yi walked out of the teaching building. As soon as he stepped out, he saw a stunning figure standing by the entrance. It really was the fairy senior. Luo Yi froze at the entrance, not knowing what to do. Seeing his reaction, Su Baijiu found this junior boy quite adorable. You been drinking, huh? Upon hearing this, Su Baijiu took off her white jacket and draped it over Luo Yi. After removing her jacket, Su Baijiu revealed the crystal blue gown underneath. It was adorned with rows of crystals, paired with her makeup and a pair of high heels. And on her delicate collarbone, there was also a blue necklace. She truly looked like a fairy descending to the mortal world. Luo Yi was completely mesmerized. He swore that the fairy senior before him was definitely the most beautiful girl he had ever seen in his life. I didn't bring your black jacket, so you don't need to return this to me. Just consider it compensation, Su Baijiu said calmly. She just finished evening self-study, changed into a dress in the school building's restroom. Just didn't expect that the first person to see her in an evening dress would be this junior. This guy got off easy. After saying that, Su Baijiu turned and left, leaving only a graceful silhouette to Luo Yi. Rehearsal for the welcome party. Su Baijiu arrived here. President Su, you couldn't have come at a better time. The rehearsal has just begun. I didn't expect President Su to be not only proficient in computers. You can sing too, the host said with a smile. Regarding this matter, Su Baijiu was also helpless. For the welcome party, every major has to put on a performance. Only their computer science department. Not only are there few girls, but every single one of them can only type on a keyboard. Having no other choice, Su Baijiu was called in to save the situation. The next day, Luo Yi woke up on the bed in the dormitory. With a pair of half-open dead fish eyes, he glanced around. Who am I? Where am I? What was I supposed to do? The triple question marks. Awake, huh? Shun Xiao, who was playing a game, said. Shun Xiao was the only one in the dorm who was awake. The other two were still asleep. Luckily, there were no classes this morning. Otherwise, they would have skipped the first class of the semester. Drinking messes things up, bro Shun Xiao. Luo Yi said admiringly, I underestimated Southerners. Never thought you'd be the hidden boss. Having a high alcohol tolerance isn't always a good thing. Shun Xiao muttered. No, in our capital city, being able to drink makes you a boss. Luo Yi exclaimed in praise, just as he was about to get out of bed. But he noticed among the pile of clothes on the bed, there was a white jacket that wasn't his. Huh, where did this come from? Luo Yi picked up the jacket and examined it closely. A faint, pleasant scent wafted from the jacket. It smelled great, with a fresh strawberry milk fragrance. A girl's clothes. Luo Yi seemed to remember something. Yet it was as if he remembered nothing at all. He recalled that something happened last night, but he couldn't remember exactly what it was. When I got back to the dorm yesterday, I found you were gone. Not long after, you came back with an extra piece of clothing on. You were grinning like an idiot at the time. Oh, right, you were talking in your sleep last night, mumbling something about a fairy-like senior sister. Scared me half to death. Listening to Shun Xiao's explanation, Luo Yi soudainement réalisait it. So that wasn't a dream after all. Then Luo Yi felt a surge of joy. The clothes in his hands were given to him by that fairy-like senior sister. Excitement, delight, surprise. Honored Luo Yi didn't know what words to use to describe his feelings at that moment. He held the white coat in his hands, as if it were a precious treasure. Seeing him like this, Shun Xiao showed a look of utter disdain. Heh, still young, huh? Luo Yi, judging by your look, you've never been in love, have you? How did you know? It's obvious just by looking at you. How about it? Want Big Bro to teach you a few tricks? Luo Yi, upon hearing this, quickly put on his clothes and jumped up, sat straight down on a stool. staring at Shun Xiao with eager eyes. Please enlighten me, Teacher Shun. Ah, teachable student. Shun Xiao nodded in satisfaction, then said, but you'll have to wait for me to finish this game. How much longer? I just started. Half an hour later, Shun Xiao put on a profound expression. Luo Yi, let me teach you how to pursue a girl. First, get to know her well. Understanding is the main step to moving forward. Only by getting to know a person will you know if she's really a good match for you. If you don't get to know her while dating, you'll regret it later when you do. Learn about her temper and personality, what she likes to do, and so on. He can confidently pick out topics from it. Moreover, it is also a process of self-matching with her. The final result will show whether the two are suitable for each other. After speaking, Shun Xiao glanced at his phone. He continued, second, money and material things must be invested. In today's society, trying to get something for nothing is simply impossible. Girls nowadays are all raised in affluence. Girls are now financially independent. Many girls are not short of money at all. But as a man, when chasing a girl, you should behave decently. Buy her something she likes, or buy some snacks she loves. These are very necessary. Luo nodded vigorously. He clearly believed it. Shun Xiao stifled a laugh. He lowered his head and glanced at his phone again, and continued speaking. Wait, Luo Yi interrupted him. Why are you looking at your phone? Because you're fucking reading Baidu. Smart as Luo Yi was, he could tell at a glance that this person had ulterior motives. Sure enough, Luo Yi took out his phone and searched on Baidu. How to pursue a girl. The results that popped up were exactly the same as what Shun Xiao had just said. Ahem, you caught me. Luo Yi stared at Shun Xiao with a scrutinizing gaze, making the latter feel extremely uncomfortable. Brother Luo Yi, let me show you something fun. Shun Xiao made a swift decision and decided to change the subject. He shared the video he had taken with his phone yesterday with Luo Yi, seeing Wang Dachui dead drunk, shouting dad at the top of his lungs. Luo Yi couldn't help but laugh, but he had to admit, Shun Xiao looked like a talented and handsome man on the surface. But in reality, he was quite the schemer. People who are good-looking often have some personality flaws. Luo Yi's mind began to picture the fairy-like senior, except for the fairy senior. It wasn't until noon that Li Haoyang and Wang Dachui finally woke up groggily. The moment Wang Dachui opened his eyes, he yelled, "What time is it?" The sudden shout startled Li Haoyang beside him. "Why are you so jumpy? Scared the hell out of me. You wouldn't understand. The welcome party is at 6:30 tonight. There'll definitely be lots of sophomore and junior girls performing. I heard Senior Qin Yuan is an amazing dancer. I'm gonna go see Goddess Qin dance." With that, Wang Dachui glanced at the time. It was only noon. TCH. Still early. Back to sleep. Luo Yi was speechless. Bro Hammer, you might not know this, but we have a class first period this afternoon. So what? It's just ethics. The department head is teaching it. He said if you skip 3 classes, you'll automatically fail. Hearing that, Wang Dachui sprang up, putting on his clothes at lightning speed. Actually, I love going to class, especially ethics. Come on, let's go eat. After eating, Luo Yi went to class. Xin Xiao indeed awesome. Li Haoyang is snoring. This guy fell asleep again. Ideological and moral education class, an extremely boring lesson. Xin Xiao, however, stared seriously at the podium. Male star, can you really listen? Wang Dachui became curious. Xin Xiao didn't respond. Male star? Huh, did you call me? What did you say? I was just spacing out. Wang Dachui. The sky is getting dark. Wang Dachui dragged Luo Yi to watch the freshman welcome party. As for the other two, Shun Xiao was afraid of being surrounded by girls, so he didn't dare to come, and Li Haoyang said he had something to do. No idea what he went to do. Only Luo Yi was too idle, and was dragged over by Wang Dachui. Bro Hammer, is the welcome party really that fun? I haven't read much, don't lie to me. Wild kid, how could your bro Hammer possibly lie to you? Don't worry. The welcome party program will definitely interest you. Luo Yi sat expressionless in the audience. This is what you said would be a show that interests me? Watching the stage, a few seniors were performing an extremely boring skit. Luo Yi was enduring great torment. Instead of this, why not go lie down in the dorm? Wang Dachui hadn't expected the welcome party to be this boring either. It seemed his goddess Qin Yuan hadn't even signed up for a performance. Forget it, since we're already here. There's only one last program, and then the welcome party will be over. Let's just watch it. The last program might be worth seeing. It was a hot dance performance by a few sophomore girls. It got Wang Dachui really excited. After it ended, the welcome party concluded successfully. Many people were about to get up and leave. At that moment, the host kept delaying the closing remarks. Freshmen, please wait a moment. Those who were standing up looked at the host in confusion. All the performances are over. Why wait? Don't think we actually like listening to your closing remarks. The host just smirked mysteriously. Actually, our welcome party still has one more hidden performance. Save for the very end. This was also arranged by the university's art troupe. We saved this surprise for last. It wasn't listed in the program. On behalf of the art troupe, I apologize to everyone here. And I hope you'll all enjoy the surprise we've prepared. When you think of Jiang University, what comes to mind is our computer science department. And when you think of the computer science department, you think of her. As for who she is, allow me to keep you guessing. Feel free to take a bold guess. Next, let's welcome our special guest to perform a song, You From Afar, as the closing act of this welcome party. The audience below was stunned for a moment. Some of the freshmen seemed to catch on. They quietly returned to their seats. Another part of the audience was completely baffled. But seeing everyone else sit back down, they also sat back down. Upon hearing this, Luo Yi seemed to think of something. A hint of anticipation arose in his heart. Wang Dachui said doubtfully, "No way. When it comes to the computer science department, the first person that comes to mind is definitely the goddess Su Baizhou. But it said that goddess Su is as cold as ice. How could she possibly attend the orientation party? But the computer science department, aside from goddess Su, are there any other celebrities? Could it be Li Meng from the AI major?" Wang Dachui fell into deep thought. Of course, he also hoped the special guest would be Su Baizhou. Although Su Baizhou is known as the Ice Queen, hard to approach, she is indeed easy on the eyes. With a goddess-like figure, fair skin and beautiful features, long, slender legs, and her frosty, unparalleled beauty, a temperament that could be admired from afar, but not trifled with. If she were to appear at the orientation party, that was explosive news at Jiang University. The host stepped backstage. Soon, the lights went out. The welcome party venue was pitch black. Suddenly, crisp clicking sounds rang out, echoing through the silent welcome party venue. The sound of high heels. It was a girl. Somehow, Luo Yi suddenly remembered the fairy senior from last night, wearing that crystal blue dress, stepping in high heels. Could it really be the fairy senior? Soon, the sound of high heels faded. The figure on the stage stopped in the center. The welcome party venue fell into silence. The university art troops moved truly stirred anticipation in their hearts. Everyone focused intently on the stage. Then, the pleasant instrumental accompaniment began. A beam of light shone on the very center of the stage. There, in the middle of the stage, a girl like a fairy stood holding a microphone, her long hair flowing in the breeze. Dressed in a crystal blue luxury gown, the fitted waist accentuated her curves enticingly. Exquisitely beautiful, it was truly Su Baizhou from the computer science department. Even without makeup, Su Baizhou was an unparalleled beauty. Now, with her stunning makeup, she was the undeniable choice for Jiang University's campus belle. The people around nodded in unison. No one denied that statement, because at this moment, Su Baizhou on stage was truly too beautiful, like a fairy descended from heaven, with a fresh and ethereal aura. Thunderous applause rang out continuously, even drowning out the musical accompaniment. Watching the fairy-like senior sister on stage, surrounded like stars around the moon, Luo Yi was also pleasantly surprised. But an indescribable ache surged in his heart. He couldn't find joy. Only now did he realize how popular his fairy senior sister was at this university. Someone like her was not someone a freshman like him could aspire to. He could have 2 casual encounters with the fairy-like senior, which was already a blessing that others couldn't earn in 8 lifetimes. He guessed that the coat the fairy-like senior left him was just to repay him for the help he had given her earlier. After all, given the fairy-like senior's personality, she definitely wouldn't want to owe any favors. Wild kid, it's Su Baizhou. It's Su Baizhou, even more beautiful than Goddess Qin. Wang Dachui shouted excitedly. But he found Luo Yi sitting beside him, looking dazed and dejected, with a silent face. Wild kid, what's wrong with you? Wang Dachui became puzzled. Suddenly, he seemed to realize something. He gave Luo Yi a strange look. and asked in a lowered voice, "Wild kid, your face looks like you ate shit. Did you get dumped? Go to hell," Luo Yi said with a dark face. But Wang Dachui's guess was pretty close. It's just that Luo Yi had already ended before it even began. Someone like Su Baizhou could only be admired from afar as her radiant figure shone. Gradually, the noise from the audience faded away because Su Baizhou had started singing. Her melodious voice spread through every corner. The audience fell into silence. Everyone stared blankly at the ethereal figure on stage. She was not only as beautiful as a fairy, but her voice was also enchanting and sweet, intoxicating all who listened. Perhaps after tonight, the title of the Seoul campus belle of Jiangxing University would be indisputable. Forget the freshman belle. Forget the goddess of ancient Chinese literature. Everyone present unanimously agreed that no one could surpass Su Baizhou in both aura and beauty at this moment. She was too beautiful, almost as if she didn't belong to this world. Some people took out their phones and captured photos of Su Baizhou on stage. Photos of Su Baizhou were wildly shared on forums like Tieba and platforms like Douyin. At that moment, Su Baizhou's personal account gained hundreds of followers, and this number was growing every second. Yet her account only contained some computer insights she had shared. She wanted to become an internet celebrity. It was simply a matter of wanting to or not. The more dazzling she became, the more clearly Luo Yi felt the distance between them. However, Luo Yi also didn't know exactly what he felt towards the fairy-like senior. Starting from their first encounter in the rain, he had developed a fondness for her, until they met again last night. The fairy-like senior had become like a white moonlight in Luo Yi's heart. Was this love? Luo Yi wasn't sure. Liking someone could be difficult, or it could be simple. Perhaps at a certain moment, a certain feeling is firmly grasped, and without one's knowledge, it is tucked into the heart, thus sealing fate that the heart belongs to someone. Just like the girl he had secretly loved for 3 years. He had fallen for her without even realizing it. But a love without any time spent together. Is it really love? That's just a one-sided crush. Recalling the fairy-like senior's peerless beauty, Luo Yi silently looked at Su Baizhou on the stage. She was beautiful, and he could only silently appreciate her beauty from a corner of the crowd. He was just like everyone else, only able to gaze from afar at that celestial being on earth. Perhaps this is what a secret crush is. Wang Dachui glanced at Luo Yi, whose expression was strange, then turned his gaze back to the stage. After the performance, Su Baizhou turned to leave. The host walked onto the stage, taking the microphone from Su Baizhou's hand. At that moment from the audience, an unusual voice rang out. "Go Li Su." Luo Yi's eyes widened as he looked at Wang Dachui beside him. This move truly shocked him. Why did this guy suddenly stand up? What did he want to do? Wang Dachui gave Luo Yi an inexplicable smile. That smile, like an old father's, as if trying to give a reassuring expression to his wayward son. Then, Wang Dachui shouted loudly toward the stage. "Senior, that song a freshman sang a couple of days ago. Rainy Day, what do you think of it?" The host was stunned. "What is this? It's not in the script." Su Baizhou looked toward Wang Dachui's direction. At almost the same time, she noticed Luo Yi sitting next to him. She silently took back the microphone from the host. "Not bad. Just 2 words," was the highest praise she could currently give Luo Yi. Wang Dachui smiled, then yelled even louder. "He's right next to me. We want to see you and him sing together." Luo Yi was shocked. The audience was shocked. Even the host was stunned. Su Baizhou stood on stage expressionless. This was the welcome party, an invitation from a freshman. Logically, it could be accepted. Refusing might create a bad impression. But this is Su Baizhou we're talking about. Getting her to agree to something like this. What a joke. Just as the host thought she would refuse, she said calmly, "Okay." Upon hearing this, the host was a bit surprised. He had already thought of how to smooth things over, but never expected Su Baizhou to actually agree. Vank Dongzhui Nudgit Luoye. Luo Yi was dumbfounded. "Are you serious, bro? Why are you being so hesitant? Kid, I've handed you the opportunity. Go on." Luo Yi was forcefully pulled to his feet by Wang Dachui. Then, bracing himself, he walked onto the stage, looking at the audience, where countless pairs of curious eyes were fixed on him. Luo Yi couldn't help but feel nervous. Looking very shy, he seemed a bit awkward altogether. The host handed another microphone to Luo Yi. "What songs can you sing?" Su Baijiu asked in a cool, clear voice. Her presence was strong. Su Baijiu felt overwhelming and pressuring on stage. Luo Yi felt like he didn't measure up. He was too timid to speak. Whatever. A little stutterer, Su Baijiu laughed inwardly. Then she said, since it's a duet, let's sing something simple. How about a little sweet? A little sweet. Luo Yi was slightly stunned. Luo Yi remained silent. Meanwhile, Wang Dachui in the audience was going crazy, desperately signaling with his eyes for him to agree quickly. Seeing this, Luo Yi suddenly found him amusing. Even the nervousness in his heart faded quite a bit. Good. In the audience, Wang Dachui was the first to shout, clapping enthusiastically, driven by him. Countless audience members hesitantly joined in the applause. Many of them had never heard of whoever sang during the military training. Although the video of Luo Yi singing was posted on the confession wall, it gained some minor fame, but not a lot of publicity. Even Wang Dachui was betting on whether Su Baijiu had heard it. But he bet right. After the audience heard Su Baijiu's heavenly voice, they all thought no one could sing on the same stage as her. At this moment, their gazes toward Luo Yi were filled with some doubt. Under the host's arrangement, the instrumental of A Little Sweet began to play. The first part was the male voice. Luo Yi took a deep breath. The next moment, he closed his eyes. The image of meeting the fairy like senior appeared in his mind. Luo Yi se mood gradually relayed. Opening his eyes again, his gaze was already full of tenderness. Since it was a love song, he should sing it immersively. He turned to look at Su Baijiu, slowly opening his mouth. Pick an apple, waiting for you to pass by the door. Hand it to you to quench your thirst. Looking at Luo Yi's tender eyes at this moment, Su Baijiu's heart stirred slightly. This guy can really sing. Like cola in summer. Like cocoa in winter. You were the right person at the right time. As they sang together, although Su Baijiu's expression remained unchanged, her eyes, compared to before, were no longer so cold. The chance to perform on stage with the fairy senior, Luo Yi would not let slip. This time, he would give it his all and unleash his full strength. And the audience, from initial doubt, had turned to enjoyment. Upon closer look, Luo Yi was kind of handsome and had a shy personality. A typical pure young boy. Everyone listened intently to the song the two were singing on stage. I don't know why. The wound hasn't healed yet. You just barged into my heart. With the most romantic chorus, you gently echoed along. Our eyes were firm with our choice. After the performance, the audience erupted in even more thunderous applause than before. The host walked onto the stage, taking the microphone from Luo Yi's hand. He said excitedly, I never thought I'd hear such a performance at the welcome party. Thank you, Su Baijiu, and this junior, for making this welcome party even more meaningful. I hope everyone's college life is colorful and fulfilling. I wish you all academic success. This concludes our welcome party. Please leave in an orderly fashion. They walked out of the welcome party venue. Wang Desai slung his arm around Luo Yi's shoulder. So, wild child, what's it like singing on stage with Goddess Su? Without hesitation, Luo Yi replied, an absolute honor. Well, Wang Desai gave a sly grin. This opportunity was given to you by your bro Hammer. Aren't you going to show some gratitude? How about breakfast for a week? A month? No way. 2 weeks max deal. Seeing Wang Dachui's smug look of having succeeded in his trickery, Luo Yi's face darkened. He had been played. But then he remembered how Wang Dachui had stood up during the welcome party, and a warmth filled Luo Yi's heart. Although Wang Dachui was usually extremely sleazy, when it came to critical moments, he stepped up without hesitation, never letting anyone down. The nation's best roommate, Wang Dachui. Back in the dorm, Shun Xiao was still in bed playing games. Not bad, you two, Shun Xiao exclaimed. The video of brother Luo Yi and Su Baijiu's duet has gone viral on the school group and confession wall. Everyone says you're a match made in heaven. Wang Dachui sidled up to Luo Yi, a sly grin on his face. Hey, country boy, do you really have feelings for Su Baijiu? No. Luo Yi's expression shifted, denying it without hesitation. Seeing his reaction, Shen Xiao and Wang Dachui exchanged a glance, then smiled knowingly. This kid, he can't lie for his life. Hey, country boy, if you like her, just go for it. How about your back, son? But if you really end up with Su Baijiu, I think every guy in school would want to kill you. Of course, I also think Su Baijiu would never take a fancy to you. Not that I'm looking down on you, bro. After all, There's a reason she's called the Ice Queen. She might not even be interested in males. What are you guys talking about? Li Haoyang walked in, beaming like spring. Dude, why are you so flushed? Did you go on a date? Liu Yang grinned foolishly. Classmate Lu Bingxin invited me to the cafeteria for dinner. What? Lu Bingxin? Wang Dachui stared at Li Haoyang with a look of utter disbelief. Bingxin clearly likes me. Why would she invite you? Upon hearing this, Luo Yi and Shun Xiao were speechless. Lu Bingxin, a long-legged lowly, standing at 170 centimeters, and at the same height, girls look taller. If Wang Dachui were to walk with Lu Bingxin, she'd probably be taller than him. Now, look at our brother Haoyang, a muscular guy with a long-legged lowly. That's only natural, right? Never thought the coach usually looks a bit clueless, but when it comes to dating, he's leagues ahead of us. Luo Yi sighed. Don't talk nonsense. I was in the office doing something for the advisor, and classmate Lu happened to be there too. So we just grabbed a meal together, that's all. Oh, just grabbed a meal together. The three chimed in sarcastically, with skeptical looks. Cut it out, cut it out. Come on, let us game together get in. Brother Luo Yi, you in? Of course I'm in. He opened his phone. Luo Yi suddenly remembered he hadn't checked WeChat in a while. So he took a glance. Found several unread messages. From Su Xiaojia. Is that muscle guy pretending to be a senior in your dorm? He was there last time I saw you at the cafeteria. He became the acting squad leader. That muscle guy is so handsome. Nice one, Luo Yi. I heard you sang during military training. Luo Yi, what are you doing? You really don't check messages? Huh? I don't believe you. You're just ignoring me on purpose. Seriously not replying to me? I give up. Luo Yi was a bit confused. Who was this again? He still hadn't memorized everyone in class. But soon, the corner of Luo Yi's mouth twitched. He finally remembered. How could he have forgotten this chatterbox heiress? Luo Yi was from the capital, and among his classmates, there was another fellow townsman from the capital. So the two quickly got in touch. After all, being far from home, it was nice to have a fellow townsman to look out for each other. But after adding each other on contacts, Luo Yi immediately regretted it. Because this Su Xiaojia was a chatterbox. I forgot to check green bubble. Before Luo, you could send those 7 words. Wang Dachui urged him. What's taking so long, Luo Yi? Hurry up, log in. All right, close WeChat. Luo Yi logged into Honor of Kings. Luo Yi was also a pro at this game. Not the absolute top tier, though, but among casual players, he was the kind of jungler who could carry the team. I'm carrying now. Wang Dachui's Marco Polo ulted straight into the team fight, leaving a bunch of low-health enemies. Then he got killed gloriously. Perfect workhorse. Then Luo Yi's Kai went in aggressively, one-shotting each squishy, effortlessly cleaning up the kills. Bro Hammer, how many times have I told you? I initiate, you clean up the kills. That way, neither of us dies. But you insist on starting the fight yourself. Luo Yi said, don't talk. My Marco Polo's initiation is full of finesse. Finesse death. That's all finesse. You wouldn't get it, Luo Yi. A big question mark hung over his head. Luo Yi prepared to start a second round with the group. During the 2 weeks of military training, Luo Yi had led everyone to the unrivaled rank with over 30 stars in King of Glory. After gaming, he would spend about 3 hours typing out updates. As a result, he hadn't rested well. He had dark circles under his eyes every day. Today, Dorm 515 was getting ready to game again. Don't start yet. There are no girls. Boring. Let me check if there are any girls among nearby players. Wang Dachui said, with your skills, you think you can carry a girl? Don't think you're all that just because you reached unrivaled. We only got this rank because Luo Yi carried us. Suddenly, on Luo Yi's game screen, a request to join appeared. Love Hot Pot. Does she play King of Glory too? Luo Yi accepted the request. Seeing the suddenly appearing girl's avatar, Wang Dachui said excitedly, Shush, there's a girl. He thought it was someone he had invited from the lobby. After all, he had just invited a bunch of girls. Hot Pot Lover joined the team. Hey, anyone got a mic? Wang Dachui opened a voice chat and asked directly. Yeah, Hot Pot Lover only said 1 word. But Wang Dachui was extremely excited. This was a cold, aloof, mature woman's voice. It got his blood pumping just hearing it. Damn, look at your bro's luck. 1 invite, and I snag a mature woman. Luo Yi was speechless. Can't you see this is my game, friend? Start the game, Wang Dachui said impatiently. for players with over 30 stars at the unrivaled rank, carrying a king rank 48-star hot pot lover. Enter the game. But soon Wang Dachui noticed. This girl only said one word in the team interface the whole time. During the game, she only typed. At the hero selection screen, hot pot lover wisely chose the support role. After all, girls should understand social etiquette. With 4 tough guys around, what room was there for her to shine? She chose Yao. She was the jungler that followed Luo Yi from the start. She originally planned to take time to help the shooter, but she discovered that this Mark Polo was terrible. A noob. How did a noob like this even reach unrivaled rank? So Yao decided to stick with the jungler for the entire match. Polo was left alone in the bottom lane, dealing with the enemy shooter and support, occasionally facing ganks from the mid laner and jungler. Even the enemy top laner, Guan Yu, often came around for flanks. Help! After going 0-6, Wang Dachui opened voice chat again, complaining, Yao Yao, come quick. Princess Yao remained unmoved. If the shooter is useless, sticking with them as support is just giving the enemy a 2-for-1 deal, giving 2 kills to the enemy team at once. In the end, they predictably lost that match. Even though Luo Yi managed a quadra kill once, they couldn't overcome how terrible their teammates were. And that player, Love Hot Pot, who seemed somewhat skilled, wasted their pick on a useless Yao. I'm done. I've been gaming all day. If I keep playing, my brain will go numb. Shen Xiao quit the game. Seeing this, the 0-11 Mark Polo, Wang Dachui finally realized what the problem was. He wore a bitter expression, saying, I'm done too. I'm going to practice against bots to improve my skills. Li Haoyang scratched his head. After hesitating for a moment, he also quit the game. Then his fingers kept typing on the screen. No idea who he was chatting with. Only Luo Yi and Hot Pot Lover were left. Luo Yi typed out the words, I'm done. Then he quit the game. The next moment, Hot Pot Lover invited you to join a team. Luo Yi was pulled in again, only 3 stars away from glory rank. In the chat box, the other person typed this sentence. No problem, I'll carry you. No, you play support. Hot Pot Lover left this message, leaving Luo Yi completely bewildered. Before he could react, the other player had already started matching. He was told to support, leaving Luo Yi utterly confused. But he didn't care about the role. At the start, he picked Luban Master. This round is in the bag, said the third-floor teammate. Do you even know how to play Luban Master? If you don't, switch, don't throw the game. Hot Pot Lover said, shut up. The third-floor teammate sneered, You're pretty protective, girl. Is this your man? Hot Pot Lover asked. Enemy forces are arriving in 30 seconds. Luo Yi stuck close to the marksman play by Hot Pot Lover, utilizing Luban Master's skills to the fullest. Throughout the game, Luo Yi, as the support, had more kills than the third-floor teammate. Soon, 3 consecutive wins. Luo Yi and Hot Pot Lover were a powerful duo, bringing Hot Pot Lover's rank up to Glory King. Nice support, Hot Pot Lover typed out. You're pretty impressive too. The 2 exchanged pleasantries. Then Luo Yi typed and asked, do you play Honor of Kings too? I thought you only played PUBG. Hot Pot Lover, I play both. She had just habitually logged into the game to take a look, and happened to see Luo Yi online as well. After all, when she played games, she either went solo or played with other girls. It was only in PUBG that she had a gaming buddy to play with. Luo Yi opened Hot Pot Lover's profile and discovered that she was actually the 7th Sun Shangxiang of Jiangcheng City. That wasn't a big deal, but what mattered was she was also in Jiangcheng. Luoye, are you in Jiangcheng too? Hot Pot Lover, Jiangcheng University. Seeing this, Luo Yi was slightly surprised. Could it be that Gu Mingxian had invited his colleague back then? Luo Yi, hello, teacher. When Hot Pot Lover, Su Baizhou, saw the words hello, teacher, she almost couldn't help but laugh, able to make the iceberg goddess laugh. This junior does have some skill. Hot Pot Lover, I'm a student. Seeing these 4 words, Luo Yi was stunned. Gu Mingxian had actually dragged his student into playing games with him back then. Then, thinking typing was too much trouble, he directly turned on the microphone. Hello there, didn't expect we're schoolmates. Luo Yi had never turned on his mic when playing PUBG with her. But since they were schoolmates, then Hot Pot Lover might soon become his real-life friend. Hot Pot Lover didn't turn on her mic. Instead, she directly left the party interface, so fast that Luo Yi didn't even have time to react. On the other side, in the girls' dormitory, Su Baijiu was startled by Luo Ye's voice and quickly quit the game. She never turned on her mic in games and usually muted people who did. She was extremely socially anxious online. So after all this time, I've only made one gaming friend, Luo Yi, and it was Gu Mingxian who set it up. But turning online friends into real-life friends, although exciting, is actually quite interesting. Somehow, Su Baijiu's mind flashed back to that rainy day, and a young man's youthful face. The Ice Queen's expression paused slightly. A faint smile curled at the corner of her mouth. At night, Luo Yi tossed and turned on his bed, unable to sleep. Li Haoyang's clear snoring echoed in the dorm. Though it was noisy, he had been listening to it for half a month. He had long gotten used to the sound. In his mind, he recalled what had just happened in the game. He couldn't help opening the chat interface. To Love Hot Pot, Luo Yi sent a message. Are you a senior? Su Baijiu, who was tidying up her room in the teacher's apartment, heard the message notification tone. Seeing this message, he replied to the other person, Love Hot Pot. Seeing this, Luo Yi finally understood. Back when he played games with Gu Mingxian, the two girls he brought in were probably his students. This guy actually dragged his own students into playing games. Doesn't his conscience hurt being a teacher like that? But since Gu Mingxian teaches computer science, was this senior also a computer science major? Thinking this, Luo Yi sent another message. Luo Yi, do you know Senior Su Baijiu? Seeing this message, Su Baijiu sat down on the sofa, a hint of mischief suddenly arising in her heart. Professor Gu's little brother, the boy who dominated in the game, in real life turned out to be such a shy and innocent person. Love Hot Pot, I know her. We're quite close. Luo Yi was slightly taken aback. He had just asked casually. He didn't expect the other party to not only recognize her, but also be quite familiar with her. Upon receiving this answer, Luo Yi found himself at a loss for words. A hint of nervousness even crept into his heart. His delayed response made Su Baijiu cross her legs. After a moment, she took the initiative to ask, Hot Pot lover, you've got a crush on her, haven't you? Seeing these 4 words, Luo Yi, even while lying on his bed in the boys' dormitory, couldn't help but blush bright red. With his looks and grades, he had been liked by many girls since childhood. But because of the goddess he had secretly loved for 3 years, he had rejected all other girls' pursuits. Moreover, his parents had met in college. So Luo Yi had always planned to wait until college to fall in love. He was still an innocent young man, never having been in a relationship, and even less skilled at dealing with girls. After a long silence, Luo Yi replied, No. A faint smile tugged at Su Baijiu's lips. 2 words hesitated for 3 minutes. With her looks, she had all sorts of suitors, but a pure-hearted junior like this, she had never met before. Luo Yi, Senior, what's your name? Su Baijiu thought for a moment and sent a name over. Loves Hot Pot, Qinyuan. The 2 girls Gu Mingxian had brought into the game back then were her and Qinyuan. So using Qinyuan's name now made perfect sense. Luo Yi, what a coincidence. The name Qinyuan wasn't unfamiliar to Luo Yi. After all, she was Hammer Bro's dream girl. Thinking that, Luo Yi sent another message. My roommate likes you. Wang Dachui. Seeing this, Su Baijiu couldn't help but smile slightly, finding it rather amusing. That's no way to talk to a girl. Before they knew it, the two had been chatting late into the night. Su Baijiu felt that chatting with Luo Yi was like talking to a little kid. She really liked that feeling. In the other person's messages, there was a kind of innocent foolishness. But that night, Luo Yi kept asking about Su Baijiu. In the end, Luo Yi couldn't even bring himself to ask for her WeChat. After all, he and Love Hot Pot had always used QQ to game together. And Su Baijiu's WeChat was almost only for relatives and close female friends. Su Baijiu smiled slightly. Under the name of Qinyuan, she typed, I'll send it to you. I'm close with her, Love Hot Pot. WeChat QR code. But Luo Yi was so sleepy that he couldn't hold on any longer. And before he knew it, he had fallen asleep. Su Baijiu noticed that no one had added her on WeChat yet, and there were no replies on QQ either. She immediately frowned. Is that little stutterer asleep? Suddenly, her eyebrows lifted, looking at the hundreds of chat messages between her and Luo Yi on her phone, and the messy room around her that hadn't been tidied up yet. She showed a contemplative expression. What'd she done all night? Then, her brows relaxed again. She murmured, helping Professor Gu take care of her little brother. Adding him on WeChat is no big deal. After waking up, Luo Yi casually opened his phone. He saw Qin Yuan's. The last two messages sent by Senior Qin yesterday. Then, he saw a WeChat QR code. Qin Yuan said, "This is Su Baijiu's." Luo Yi was completely unable to sleep now. The WeChat of the Fairy Senior. Luo Yi directly tapped on it. Saw the Fairy Senior sister's WeChat profile page. They weren't friends yet, so she couldn't see her moments. Only her nickname was visible. It was just Su Baijiu, plain and simple, using her own name as her WeChat ID. Speaking of which, Luo Ye's name means fallen leaves. His game name was Fallen Leaves Return to Roots. Though it's a homophone, he still directly used his own name. What should he do? Add her or not? But the Fairy Senior sister probably doesn't know him yet. Would he say he was the guy who sang with her at the freshman party? Or that they took shelter from the rain together on the first day of school? Given Su Baijiu's personality, there's no way she'd approve such reasons. And once rejected, he probably wouldn't get a second chance. Luo Yi sat on the bed, hesitating. First class was at 8:30. He woke up at 7, but ended up hesitating until 8:10. "Brother Luo, what are you doing sitting there in a daze? If you don't get up now, you'll be late." Li Haoyang reminded him. "Oh, coming right up." Luo Yi turned off his phone and hurriedly started getting dressed. During the first class, Luo Yi stared blankly at a green bubble WeChat QR code. The three roommates beside him all looked at him in unison. "You've been staring at it for ages. Are you going to add her or not?" Shen Xiao laughed from the side. "I want to add her, but I'm scared," Luo Yi said weakly. After all, this is Jiang University's Campus Belle's WeChat. What would he possibly do to deserve it? And what if he adds her and gets rejected? Shen Xiao glanced at the QR code name card. Seeing the name Su Baijiu on it, he was momentarily stunned. Then a faint smile curled at the corner of his mouth. He reminded, "Brother Li, let me ask you, what's your relationship with her now?" "Stranger? Then what are you afraid of?" Shen Xiao asked again. Hearing this, Luo Yi realized, right? What is he afraid of? He never had a chance to get to know the fairy like Senior anyway. So the worst outcome now is just staying the same. With that thought, Luo Yi typed his name directly into the friend request. He didn't say anything else. Just sent the friend request. Finally, he turned off his phone. Shen Xiao exclaimed, "Why are you turning it off?" Luo Yi turned back to look at him with difficulty. His movements were sluggish from nervousness. "I dare not look." Afraid of being rejected. Shen Xiao thought, how could there be such an innocent man in college? Oh no, this guy is clearly still a boy. Junior year classes were actually already few. Plus, Su Baijiu had already secured graduate admission. So lately, she had been busy with part-time jobs. Her family wasn't very wealthy. But as the talented girl of the computer science department, there are many ways for her to make money. But at this moment, Su Baijiu, who had stayed up late yesterday, didn't open her eyes until noon the next day. Her elegant, mature figure curled up on the bed, a pair of alluring, long fair legs wrapped around the blanket. The neckline of her pajamas revealed large patches of fair skin, looking like a lazy kitten. It was hard to imagine that Jiang University's Ice Queen could be so cute when sleeping. As for why she stayed up late, she wasn't entirely sure herself. She just stayed up for no particular reason. Every time she was about to fall asleep, as long as her phone made the slightest sound, she would instantly lose all drowsiness. She didn't know what she was waiting for. After waking up, she opened her phone and saw a friend request. Falling Leaves Return to Roots sent a friend request. With the note, Luo Yi. Seeing those two words, Su Baijiu was speechless. That junior adding girls like that. Who would agree? She didn't hesitate. She directly accepted the friend request. Her QQ had posted many photos of Jiangxing University events. This was something she had to post as the student council president. So she blocked Luo Yi from seeing her QQ space. After all, he was just a gaming buddy she met online. She didn't want her work to disturb friends who weren't college classmates. She wondered what this little guy would think when he found out that his gaming partner was the Jiangxing University student council president. On the other side, Luo Yi and his three friends finished their morning classes. Exhausted, the four of them went to a small restaurant across from the school. Although they were sitting in class, sitting through an entire morning was especially draining. More importantly, they still had an afternoon of classes, and even a self-study session in the evening. Today was Monday, and the schedule was packed full. In other words, it was Hell Monday. 3 liang of beef noodles, black pepper barbecue meat rice bowl, 2 yang of chicken giblets noodles coming right up. The boss looked at Luo Yi and asked, "Handsome guy, what about you?" Seeing Luo Yi absent-minded, Wang Dachui gave him a nudge and asked, "Wild kid, if you're not eager to eat, there's something wrong with your head." "Huh? Oh, give me 2 yang of braised chicken rice noodles." Upon hearing this, everyone around was dumbfounded. Wang Dachui's mouth twitched. "Do you even hear what you're saying? This kid must have gone stupid from class. Give him the same beef noodles as mine. Eating beef gives you strength." When the boss placed the noodles in front of Luo Yi, he was still spacing out. Shun Xiao sighed and said, "Brother Luo, you've practically written unrequited love all over your face." "No, I haven't." Luo Yi bristled like a cat whose tail had been stepped on. "And you?" Shun Xiao glanced at Li Haoyang again. He said with a half-smile, "Got together with that Lu Bingxin from military training?" "What are you grinning about?" Luo Yi and Li Haoyang. "One is totally unhappy. One has no brains, wow." Wang Dahui exclaimed in shock. "You got together with Sister Bingxin?" Not yet, but she invited me to go shopping tonight." Looking at Li Haoyang, who is strong-limbed and simple-minded, Shun Xiao reminded, "Too fast. Be careful not to be fooled by a high-level green tea bitch. I won't allow you to say that about Sister Bingxin." Li Haoyang hasn't reacted yet. Wang Dahui got anxious first. Seeing this, the corner of Shun Xiao's mouth twitched. He thought, "You're the real simp." After finishing the meal, Luo Yi looked at his phone, which had already turned off. His face full of hesitation, he wanted to pay, so he had to turn it on. Since he added the Fairy Senior's WeChat, more than 3 hours had passed. He wouldn't turn on his phone and immediately see a rejected message, right? "Wild kid, what are you dawdling for? Hurry up," he heard his roommate urging. Luo Yi, with a pained expression, turned on his phone. "Restart requires you to re-enter the password. 362,589. The moment he entered the main interface, a message popped up. "Su Baijiu accepted your friend request." The next moment, joy was written all over Luo Ye's face. He paid the fastest he could and rushed over to his roommates. After seeing the expression on his face, Shun Xiao laughed. "Looks like she agreed. But this is just the beginning." "I know," Luo Yi nodded. For him, being able to add the Fairy Senior's WeChat was already something worth celebrating. After a day of classes, everyone was visibly exhausted. They didn't even have time for dinner, except for Li Haoyang, who had a date with a beautiful girl. Full of energy, it's almost 8 o'clock, but the mall doesn't close until 10. It's still fine to walk around a bit. Seeing that Wang Dachui and the other two were preparing to go back to the dorm, Li Haoyang asked in confusion, "Aren't you coming with me?" "What?" Wang Dachui, who was originally exhausted, instantly regained his energy and said, "We can come together?" "Yeah." Bingxin said one of her roommates is coming too, so she told me to bring my roommates as well. "Good brother." Wang Dachui put his arm around Li Haoyang's shoulder, looking like he would go to great lengths for his buddy. "I'm not going." Shun Xiao isn't interested in this kind of thing. He prepared to go back to the dorm alone. Also, Luo Yi was about to speak, but was pulled over by Wang Dachui, who said slyly, "Yi boy, you have to come. Follow your hammer bro, and watch how your hammer bro flirts with girls. Learn a thing or two." These words piqued Luo Ye's interest. Meanwhile, Su Baijiu returned to the women's dormitory to pick up the daily necessities she hadn't taken to the family building. Now only she and Qin Yuan were left in the women's dormitory. Of the remaining two, one was starting a business, and the other was interning. Neither lived on campus. Qin Yuan was the type whose family had money to burn, so she was still slacking off. After tidying up, Su Baijiu sat down on a chair, resting her chin in both hands, and actually started spacing out. Come to think of it, that little stutterer had added her but hadn't sent a single message yet. "You were the one who added me. Yet you expect me to message first?" Su Baijiu opened the chat window with Luo Yi and sent the first message. "You." Luo Ye's phone was in his pocket. He was at the mall, intently watching Wang Dachui flirt with girls. The long-legged, lowly Lu Bingxin's looks went without saying. Her roommate was even more stunningly beautiful. It turned out to be the freshman campus belle of their college, Tang Yanqi, the goddess Luo Yi had secretly admired for 3 years in high school. So awkward. If I had known, I wouldn't have come. The two girls were clearly dressed up meticulously. One wore denim shorts, showing off her long legs. The other wore an exquisite long dress, looking like a fairy. Walking down the street, they attracted a lot of glances. However, the two girls walked in the middle. On one side was Li Haoyang, a muscular hunk. On the other side was Wang Dachui, who looked a bit shifty-eyed. Luo Yi was beside Wang Dachui. He kept his head down and stayed silent. A group of 2 girls and 3 guys made a group of men who wanted to approach them hesitate. After hearing the notification sound, Luo Yi took out his phone and saw a message from Su Baiyo. The fairy senior asked who he was. Right? The senior didn't know him yet. This was his first time communicating online with the fairy senior. Luo Yi's little heart was pounding nonstop. He reached out his hand and replied in the chat interface. I'm Luo Yi. Then he felt that replying like that was too formal. Thinking about how he had followed the fairy senior's popularity at Jiangda today, Luo Yi added another line. I'm your fan. Receiving the message. Su Baijiao's lips curled slightly. Her slender fingers began typing on the phone screen. Su Baijiao, I'm not a celebrity. I don't need fans. When she saw this message, Luo Yi's heart sank. I don't need fans. Did that mean she didn't need him? Was he about to be deleted? Luo Yi became anxious. He didn't know how to reply next. Su Baijiao saw that the other party hadn't replied for a while. She wondered if she had scared this little stammerer. The next moment, her QQ received a message. Luo Yi, chit screenshot. Luo Yi, Senior Qin. I'm done. Seeing this, Su Baijiao couldn't help it. She burst out laughing. What? What? Qin Yuan, who was gaming, heard the sound and looked over. Jojo, what's up with you? You're actually grinning at your phone screen. You've been acting off lately. Qin Yuan stood behind Su Baijiao. Even I can't keep playing games. We're juniors now, Jojo. You're not finally blooming this late, are you? You guess, Su Baijiao said with a mysterious smile. Seeing her roommate's expression, Qin Yuan put down her phone. Exclaimed, something's up. A big something. Her gossipy curiosity was burning, with no outlet. Qin Yuan was about to lose it. Su Baijiao ignored her. Instead, she sent a message to Luo Yi on QQ. Love hot pot. She's just like that. Accepting your friend request means she's willing to get to know you. Really? Luo Yi, really? Love hot pot, really? I am her roommate. I know her very well. In one sentence, all sincerity. No lies, very fast. Her WeChat received another message from Luo Yi. This junior is truly innocent. Watching Luo Yi keep looking down at his phone, his fingers constantly tapping on it. Lu Bingxin asked curiously, chatting with your girlfriend? Oh no, in front of other girls. Luo Yi doesn't act that childish. He even vaguely has the aura of a handsome guy. Bro, you're so handsome. And you don't have a girlfriend? Lu Bingxin said playfully. Then, Lu Bingxin pulled Tang Enki over and said, Luo Yi, I think everyone wants a relationship. It's just that they haven't met the right person. Look at my Chi-Chi here. Great figure, beautiful face. And good grades. Are you really not tempted? Suddenly pulled over. Tang Enki seemed a bit shy. She blinked her eyes. Her beautiful eyelashes fluttered, and she lowered her head shyly and said, Luo Yi, long time no see. If you didn't know, you'd think she was shy. But in fact, only Luo Yi knew that she was probably just as embarrassed as he was. At this moment, country boy, what is going on? Wang Dachui's eyes were almost popping out of his head, while Lu Bingxin blinked her eyes. Obviously, she knew that Tang Enki and Luo Yi were acquainted. When they were in the female dorm, she had heard Tang Enki mention that a boy had confessed to her after the college entrance exam. Actually, Tang Enki also had feelings for this boy, but she didn't know how to respond to him. After all, she had heard that Luo Yi was an orphan and might not have a good family background, so she struggled all summer without ever reaching a conclusion. But if Luo Yi showed great potential in college, she might give him a chance to pursue her. At that moment, Luo Yi looked at her eyelashes and noticed something strange. He couldn't help asking, what is that? Huh? What? Tang Enki asked in surprise. Then Wang Dachui pulled Luo Yi aside and whispered, country boy, don't you know about eyelid tape? What? You can stick that on. Luo Yi looked astonished. Don't you have any women around you to tell you these basics? Seeing Luo Yi's confused expression, Wang Dachui sighed. Forget it, country boy. Just don't say anything for a while. I think Ice Heart Beauty is trying to set you up with Tang Beauty. Watch how your hammer bro helps you get to know the beauties. No. Luo Yi quickly shook his head. Don't set us up. What? Are you blind, kid? That's Tang Inky, the new freshman beauty, such a gorgeous girl. And you say you don't want to get to know her? Wang Dachui was going crazy. He wished he could pry open Luo Ye's head to see what was inside. How could he not even be interested in a beautiful girl? On Luo Ye's phone was the last message Su Baizhou had sent him. She said she was organizing the student council work log and would chat later, still doing homework this late. Senior was really working hard. Luo Yi sent a message in reply, telling her that if she was too tired from work, he could take her to play some games. Games he'd definitely win. He didn't hold out much hope. But to his surprise, she replied with a single, "Okay." That meant Senior also liked playing games. Common ground, this was important. As for how Luo Yi knew this, it was Senior Qin Yuan who told him. Senior Qin said that if you want to get to know a girl, the first step is to find common topics of interest. As Su Baizhou's roommate, she often sees Su Baizhou playing games in the dormitory. She also said that Su Baizhou always plays solo queue, and she keeps losing with no one to play with her. That's when Luo Yi said he could carry her and guarantee a win. Thanks to Qin Yuan, the senior who gave him all these valuable tips. In the girls' dorm, Qin Yuan, who was playing games, suddenly sneezed. She wondered, strange, has someone been thinking of me lately? Why do I keep sneezing? Soon, on her phone screen, the word defeat appeared in big letters. She lost again. Qin Yuan wanted to smash her phone. Seeing her furious expression, Su Baizhou said, 1-1, want to play a game later? You're going to carry me? Qin Yuan's eyes lit up as she looked at her. No, my account got banned. If you're not going to play, lend me your account to play a bit. Of course, my invincible top-tier carry. Qin Yuan had been on a losing streak all day. A free booster, why not take it? Meanwhile, over at Luo Ye's side, several people were carrying bags and parcels. Walking out of the mall, Wang Dachui and Li Haoyang looked pained. That evening, they had spent 500 yuan just eating at the mall. Then another 500 on shopping with the two girls. Of course, it was the two boys who paid, and they paid voluntarily. When accompanying pretty girls out, they couldn't let them pay. As for Luo Yi, he only chipped in for the meal. He had nothing to do with the other items bought at the mall. After all, he wasn't trying to curry favor with the two girls. But he found it hard to understand why Wang Dachui and Li Haoyang's expressions looked like they had eaten something terrible. Wasn't it just a few $100? Although he grew up at his aunt's house since he was young. But his aunt and uncle ran a company in the capital city. With such a background, they were able to raise Gu Mingxian, a young man with multiple doctoral degrees. Luo Ye's parents passed away young. They died heroically as police officers. It had always been a source of pride for their family. The remaining Luo Yi was treated like a treasure by his grandfather. His aunt's family also treated him like their own son. So although Luo Yi lost his parents at a young age, he never lacked love. He wasn't from a poor family. What's more, he could earn money from writing his own novels. So he almost never asked his family for living expenses. The group returned to the school. The three of them walked the two girls back to the girls' dormitory. During this time, Tang Enki intentionally or unintentionally walked beside Luo Yi. She kept sneaking glances at Luo Ye's phone screen, as if she was curious about who he was chatting with. At the entrance of the girls' dormitory, Tang Enki and Lu Bingxin warmly said goodbye to them. The latter even shouted, "Next time, remember to bring the other handsome guy from your dorm." "No problem, leave it to me." Li Haoyang and Wang Dachui were as excited as if they had been injected with adrenaline. They vowed confidently. Luo Yi was stunned by the sight. "Brother Dachui, is this the emotional intelligence you wanted to teach me? Even though I don't get it, I can see that you're being led by the nose." The figures of the two girls gradually faded away, eventually completely disappearing. Wang Dachui put his arm around Luo Ye's shoulder. He smiled and said, "How is it? Learned anything? Saw thee?" Luo Yi pushed him away. With a cold face, he said, "I won't learn. I won't be a simp." "What did you say? Yi, are you getting too big for your boots?" Wang Dachui angrily said, "Without the courage to be a simp, how can you find true love?" Hearing this, Li Haoyang looked at him in shock. Why is this simp so obsessed? Anyway, accompanying two girls shopping today used up a quarter of Wang Dachui and Li Haoyang's living expenses. By the end of the month, they'll probably have to eat dirt. Thinking about this, they returned to the dorm feeling listless. Meanwhile, Li Haoyang lay on the bed and opened his phone, starting to chat with Lu Bingxin. Money can't be wasted, you have to flirt with the girl. Strike while the iron is hot to deepen the bond. Wang Dachui also added Tang Enki's contact info and sent a greeting on his phone, but she didn't reply at all. Wang Dachui was very puzzled. Is Enki busy or something? In the dorm, Shun Xiao watched them and silently shook his head. Simps never end well. Then, his gaze fell on Luo Yi. He felt that Luo Yi and Su Baizhou had more potential. It was intuition Su Baizhou was the cold and aloof school beauty. But by a twist of fate, he ended up singing on stage with Luo Yi. Generally speaking, this kind of situation is a match made by the heavens. Wang Dachui, and today, he personally saw Luo Yi add Su Baizhou on WeChat. From the looks of it, the latter even agreed. This clearly meant something was brewing. Thinking of this, Shun Xiao sat on the bed and burst out laughing. Shun Xiao, was indeed the one with the highest emotional intelligence. Guess once and get it right every time, unbeatable. Detective, the man with the script. The other three in the dorm looked at Shun Xiao, who suddenly burst out laughing, as if he were an idiot. Wang Dachui, idiot. Li Haoyang, are you crazy? Luo Yi, what happened? At that moment, Luo Ye's phone rang. It was a message from the fairy senior. Luo Yi opened the chat interface. The fairy senior said she was done with her work and asked when he would have time to play games with her. Of course, it was right away. Then Su Baizhou sent over her game ID. The name was, I'm Big Bear, you're free. Luo Yi looked at the name. He fell into thought that fairy senior sister was really a contrast in the game. She actually chose a name like this. Maybe the fairy senior sister is aloof in reality and the cheerful type online. In the girls' dorm, Su Baizhou blushed as she looked at the name. She couldn't help but say to Qin Yuan, shameless. Hearing this, Qin Yuan was baffled. Then she puffed out her full chest and asked in confusion, why are you scolding me? I've always had this name. You never had a problem with it before. Then she noticed that Su Baizhou's team interface showed two people, but she didn't pay much attention. After all, besides her roommate who had a good relationship, Su Baizhou also had a close friend studying medicine at Jiangxing Medical University. She must be playing games with her best friend in a duo queue. Moreover, Su Baizhou had put on her headphones. She turned on the mic to give commands. Qin Yuan was basically sure she was playing games with her best friend. After all, the only way to get someone with social anxiety online to speak up was if it was someone familiar. However, even though Su Baizhou turned on her mic, she rarely spoke. It was a rather aloof style. But for Luo Yi, that was already enough. He could hear the fairy senior sister's voice, and his heart was incredibly satisfied. He even felt a sense of happiness. The feeling of a boy liking a girl probably was just like Luo Yi's. Easily satisfied, Luo Yi played support. Although he was better at jungle, the fairy senior sister asked him to support. Speaking of which, the fairy senior sister's gaming style was quite similar to senior Qin Yuan's. As expected of roommates, we're really in sync. We played 5 rounds of games tonight, and only lost one, Luo Yi exclaimed. Senior, you're not bad at games. Unlike what Senior Qin said,